Hi, New Covenant. It was great to have the opportunity to go back to Jamaica this year. Before going on the mission trip, as you guys know, I moved to Georgia and I had to adjust to a different atmosphere. And I did well, but the mission trip, it taught me how to, it broke me out of my shell a little bit. Before I was very fearful, especially from the last trip, being my first time. And so this time, I felt very confident in everything that I was going to say. And so that's one thing I prayed on that would happen. On Sunday, I actually went up on stage at New Life Tabernacle Church in Jamaica and told my testimony, something I didn't do last year. And I wasn't prepared. I wasn't preparing myself for that. But Mr. Valentino's wise words encouraged me to, and also just the impact it left on me. I plan to speak out about my religion to the people in Knoxville, Atlanta, anywhere around the world that I can. And also I would like to thank everyone here at New Covenant and back in Atlanta for supporting me and encouraging me with your wise words and just encouraging my heart. Thank you.
I'm from New Covenant Baptist Church, and I'm gonna be honest, I was really nervous to come up here this morning and talk to you guys. And I just want to thank God for giving me the courage to come up here and stand in front of you guys this morning and just share my testimony. And looking back at my life before I accepted Christ, I honestly can tell you I never thought I'd be up here right now sharing my testimony. But at the age of 4, my parents were divorced, and at the time, I didn't know what was going on. I was really hurt by what they had done. I really felt like they really hurt me, and I didn't know what to do. And I was going through some dark times. Elementary school was the hardest time I felt for me. And I didn't see any light at the end of the tunnel until 6th grade. And when I come into 6th grade, I met my very first friend, Jalil. And he just he really just showed me what it is to be the Lord of Christ. He invited me to his home in 7th grade the very first time. And I remember meeting his father, Mr. Valentino, and you're really just one person. I can honestly say that you're another father to me. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what I could do. You really helped me. You showed the light. And if it wasn't for you, I honestly would not be standing here today. Now, I would not say I would know the Lord as my Lord and Savior. I want to really thank you for showing me and giving me the things I needed to know about God. And me, this is my first mission trip ever. My first time also leaving the country. I didn't know what to expect, but being here in Jamaica, seeing how you guys are really proud and fond of Jesus and you love God, it really opened up my heart. And I can't be more thankful for letting you guys just allowing me to come here and witnessing how you guys praise the Lord, and it just really touches me. And I can't be more thankful. And I was telling Sister India that I felt from everyone from our church, I feel like I was the least worthy to come here and share my experience with God, because I just got baptized last year. And I waited, my 8th grade year, I waited an entire year of just walking up and just giving myself to Christ, because I felt that I was unworthy. And just having Mr. Valentino there helping me out and just showing the Word of God, I really feel like I needed to come here and just share my word. And I'd like to thank you guys for listening.
So this is my first mission experience. I guess the hardest part for me was kind of trying to shake over the fears of going to prayer walk. I was kind of like nervous about what I was going to say. Then I'll witness Mr. Terrence and Mr. Valentino talk to a few people just to see how the whole experience went. And I saw that Mr. Valentino had talked to like 4 or 5 people already, so I was like, okay, I gotta talk to at least 1 or 2 people. I have to catch up with them. So I didn't want to go alone. I would grab a partner. So I stuck with Namdi most of the time. And yeah, we kind of talked. We talked to like 2 or 3 people, and one person I actually assured him that he was going to heaven because he thought that since he wasn't baptized, he was going to go to hell. And I showed him a Bible verse that shows him if you confess with your mouth, then you will be saved. So I kind of assured him that he would be going to heaven even though he wasn't baptized. So and he actually came back to me across the street that I was ministering to someone else to get a Bible. And he also said that he would cherish it and live by it for the rest of his life. So that really stuck with me the whole way. And that's kind of the highlight of my trip because I was actually proud of myself to see someone basically convert their life over and promise to do something for the rest of their life just by a few words that I said to them. So that was kind of the main thing that kind of stuck with me from my mission experience.
Favorite part of the trip was probably witnessing to the kids and seeing how they interacted and see how much they knew about God, how much they believed in God. And probably my most challenging part of the trip would have been probably staying in the 4-H camp and how hot it was and seeing how like people there live without hot water and stuff kind of made me be more grateful for the stuff I have here at home. And another challenging part for me was public speaking, like speaking in front of people and talking to people that I haven't talked to before or that I didn't know. Right. I had to step out of my comfort zone for Christ and do what I needed to do. So that's something I'm going to take back with me home.
sometimes wondering, do I have a testimony? But I've been raised in the church since I was a baby, and I know about Jesus and how he died on the cross and raised the dead and turned water to wine. But I'm always wondering, what has God done for me? And I know I have one thing that he's given me. I can play the piano, and I played at our church maybe one time, and I use that to worship God, to praise him, and I want to thank him for letting me use that as my talent, because he could have had a different plan for me. I could have not growing up with my mom and my dad. I could have had just one parent, like, and not me. So I just want to thank him for what he's done for me.
I'm Jalil, and the things I want to talk about first and foremost of my experience is at the schools. First of all, I want to talk about how blessed I was just to see these kids like worship and have devotions, because usually at our schools in America we don't have that opportunity. Usually we're not allowed to pray in groups or anything like that. So I was just really thankful. I was changed by that experience. Second of all, I want to talk about my experience at the church. One of my best friends, Nani McSwine, he did his testimony. It really touched me. I'm proud of him for getting up there and sharing his faith and telling about how like I came into his life and changed him. I feel really blessed that he.
And I just want to talk about how the trip changed my life entirely, because it made me realize some of the things that we may use excessively here in America, which like places there they don't really get a lot of. For instance, you got to worry about water there, but you don't even second guess the water in your own homes. Secondly, I liked the experience of going out into the streets and sharing the word of Jesus with others.
This mission trip for me was special because first I got a chance to share it with my two boys, Jawan and Jalil, but it just brought everything full circle for me because this was my sixth mission trip to Jamaica, but it was my first time going with the youth. And I remember my first trip, Pastor asked me to go, and I went with a team of preachers and musicians and singers, and then there was me, and I didn't have any of those gifts or talents, and I wondered to myself, why did they select me to go? Why am I here, and what's God got in store for me? And I didn't understand it then. I shared my testimony back then, but 4 years ago I didn't understand what God was doing with me and how He was working in my life. But just being a willing servant, it came full circle this time because I realized now that He was preparing me then to lead the 7 young men and the rest of the youth that joined us this trip. So he was working with me, and he continues to work with me, and I've been inspired and blessed every time that I've gone on the trip. So on behalf of my boys and the boys to men that went with us, we just want to say thank you for supporting us in this effort, and thank you for all of those who made a contribution to make this trip possible. Appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you for allowing me and opening your doors for me and my mission team to come in. I just want to, give some honor and praise and recognition to my young guys, my young team here from Knoxville, Tennessee. If you guys can help me just acknowledge them. We've been walking the streets downtown Linstead on a prayer walk. These youth have been sharing the gospel with strangers in a foreign land that I'm just so proud of them. I just want them to know that they prepared for this mission trip for the past several months, and they didn't know how God was going to use them. They didn't know what God had in store for them, but they're here and they're doing God's will. So I just praise them.